13, and we're versing the Brooklyn Nets, game 3 of 8 games. This is game 24, basically, so.
Coming home, New York City, baby. I'll be honest, pretty excited. Mama, Pop, Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in an NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. It'll be pressure, right? It's all good though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Brooklyn, New York, as the Nets take it to the Hardwood Hill.
Okay, let's do this. But I'm on a bench, like usual. Until I'm like a really good player. I'm 75 overall. I mean, it's not that bad. And we're smoking the Nets finally winning.
And Donald Sloan subbed in for Jarrett Jack.
We're finally
Orlando going with an almost entirely new
by
group.
10.
Jason Smith, he's checked in for Vucevic. Fry comes in for Gordon. Evan Fournier is checked in for Victor Oladipo. And Freak subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And so in the game for the Magic, at the 2 and the 3, it's Fournier and Harris. Channing Frye out there with Jason Smith.
My fault. I wanted to get the ball though.
Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against the Clippers.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal.
It's actually the Knicks, Thunder, and Clippers.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when the team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
The shot's good from Fournier.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
My mom takes a while to
clean. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Johnson, wide open, he fires. It's hauled in by Frye.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
Oh my God!
And finished off by Robinson.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive ball.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has.
Yeah, I'm going to do an attribute upgrade in the next video.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Shane Larkins checked in for Bogdanovich. And the change for the Magic. Watson, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. Sloan, it's blocked.
It's wrecked.
Now, here's Watson. Not a lot of room. Shot from the wing. And that one's good.
Go.
Freak's got 5.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
There's a screen by Robinson. Sloan dishes to Larkin. Rebound by the Magic. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And offensively, everything they did seemed to just come together beautifully. They threw a lot of things.
I forgot to change it, but I will in the next episode. The free throw shot and the minor shot. I forgot to change it, but I will promise it.
Multifaceted approach like that takes a really sophisticated, locked-in defense to stop it. That certainly wasn't the case.
Right now, my jump shot is Michael Jordan, and it's okay, but I want a jump shot that will help me.
No good at the stripe this time.
How did I make this ball?
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
The Nets have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4 of 7 from the foul line tonight.
And taking a look at the numbers on the
season, of course I have to
inbound it. 77% of those foul shots.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Oh my God, I'm open. Please pass it. You're the worst teammate ever. I'm not passing it to you. Passing to Embiid.
He gets it up.
That's why.
What a shot!
3 points at the buzzer.
Definitely an answer to prayer there.
And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player.
Okay, it just glitched on me. I did not skip it.
In for the Nets. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Johnson comes in for Thomas Robinson. Bogdanovich is checked.
Nice dog.
And Donald Sloan subbed in for Jarrett Jack. So on the floor for Orlando. Of the 2 and the 3, it's Fournier and Harris. Smith is out there with Channing Frye. And it's Freak in at the
4 by 8.
You know, the Nets really kind of drifted along for the first part of last season, treaded water, but after the All-Star break, they stepped on the gas, put themselves right back in the playoff picture.
6-point lead.
The Magic lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Johnson. Here's Freak. It's
and 1. My God, that's a foul.
The Nets have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. As you mentioned, the Nets were
who am I on then? Guys, y'all.
Best record post All-Star break in the East.
Yeah,
I'm not even on him.
Of their first 22 after the break, and sometimes with a new coach and system, it takes a while to kind of figure things out. And that's
foul, my God, I never make layups.
He's converting it into points, but the defense stood tall there.
Johnson the screen. And Sloan kicks to Young. Johnson in the corner. Just 5 to shoot.
Releases.
No good.
My rebound.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jump.
And maybe shying away from contact a bit too, Greg. I mean, their free throw attempts are also down from the first quarter. Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter. It just doesn't look right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics. At least as I look at it, he's been wayward and just off about everything he's put up in this period.
I hate this team. And I need to get.
His numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points.
Seriously, now we're only up by 1 point to the Nets.
1 point on the basket from Bargnani.
The stupid Nets.
And so here's Orlando. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Harris outside. The dish to Freak. And just miss after miss right now.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Here's Johnson, and all around the rim that time before dropping in. Johnson's got 6 in the quarter.
We're down by 1, but it's only second quarter.
Contested game here as we end the first half.
Kevin, we have.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the. Yanni is checked in for Lopez. Robinson comes in for Young, and Donald Sloan subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Donald Sloan out there with Bogdanovich. Then it's Bargnani. Then it's Thomas Robinson. And it's Johnson in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Nets 5. Orlando grabs the miss.
Up by 4, okay.
And it was great to watch C.J. Miles last season. Finally, Clark got some significant playing time.
Yeah, and took advantage of the Pacers having Paul George on the sidelines due to injury until late in the season. They got a nice lift and contribution from C.J. Miles.
Joe Johnston on the wing. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. Jumper off the screen. That's good. Johnson with the assist.
I was all in his grill.
3 assists tonight.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean,
that was terrible.
he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Here's Sloan. He's covered by Watson. Takes a three.
Defense. That's how we're supposed to
win. Numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Freak. Oh, good on the dribble.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
I need to get traded.
Here's Robinson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Now, just a 3-point Magic lead. The Magic have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Once again, off the mark, Orlando. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Sloan dishes to Bogdanovich, picked by Bargnani. Bogdanovich passes to Sloan. Joe Johnson on the way for the tie. The offensive rebound. Robinson misses.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And Fournier kicks to Freak. The tray. And released it in time.
We'll do a part 2 of the whole fourth quarter. Mom?
What are you doing?
I'm playing my game.